but he just trying to clarify the point. All right. So we should we what's up, man? You Nay, I know you had a couple questions for Tino when he was up here and all that. Did you get him good enough or you want that nigga up here with some smoke?
No, I think he actually answered. That's why I went back off. But I like
You
that
want
super chat. That what was it Mike Brown said. Can you put that back
uh-huh.
up? That was
What
funny.
did he say?
Took
What
my
Mike say?
he said I wouldn't want Q to okay. Nay wouldn't prefer Q to raise her boys rather than their dads to be a success in society 5 to 10 years from now. Actually, I would always prefer their father. I have two baby dads. I'm gonna be honest. I would prefer that, but I'm gonna be honest. They're not doing the best that they can. So somebody else can step in and hold that role. And Q has done a great job helping me out. I've had one actually say that me and Q got it. he told Q, he said,
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on, put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
I would prefer, obviously, but if that's not the case, they're not being a good father, then I'm gonna prefer who would do the better job. And if that's Q, then it's Q.
Man, them niggas ain't shit, man.
They're not.
Damn. All right.
That's a whole
Were
nother
they
show.
raised by their fathers to be men?
I'm sorry?
See what?
Were their fathers raised by their
so both of them were raised with both their mother and father in the home.
I don't
Both of them.
believe it.
Were their fathers good fathers?
Well, one kind of taught their child to be abusive, which he became an abuser. The other one, I can't really tell you what he taught him because, I mean, they're all still close to their fathers. Both of them. Very close to their fathers.
Because there is a possibility that there are situations where, although a man may raise a boy to be a man, that man probably lacks some aspects of manhood himself and may actually raise that boy to be a damaged man.
Oh, then that means that it's quite possible for a mother to raise, a woman to raise a man.
No,
it's quite possible.
It ain't possible. Not even quite. Not even a little bit.
Well, we just gave an example of two men that were raised by a mother and a father, and they're not doing what the hell they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So it's obviously possible.
Just because you have parents in the house,
hold on, hot seat. Hold on. Let Tino, are you done? Are you answering?
I'm gonna let this play out.
Well, because I think what you just said, I seen Q making faces and shit. So now, Bravado got his hand out, hoping you tag him the fuck in after what you just said. I think.
I mean, I think I think what I just said was taken out of context. Like that wasn't me saying that.
I was taken out of context. You said what you said.
Like that wasn't me saying that women. That was not me going back and saying that women can raise a man to be a man. What I specifically said is that there are men that were not raised. Going back to what I said earlier in the chat, there you can be a man and not be a man. So if you're a man and not a man, and you're still a boy, and you're out here raising boys, you can't, as a man in that instance, you can't raise that boy to be a man because you're lacking manhood yourself.
But how is that possible if they were being raised by a man in the home?
Because
their fathers were raised by a man and a woman.
So, all right, so let's take it back to what Mr. Bravado was saying earlier about the systematic reasons. 50 years of mass incarceration and lack of men in the household, or even just going back to I'll say our grandparents. How many, especially in the South, how many grandfathers had two families, and so they weren't in the house paying attention to their boys to actually effectively raise their boys. I mean, they were men doing a half-ass job themselves of raising their sons, and then those sons turned around and raised sons. Like I could use my own father as an example. Like to this day, all of my aunts will say they love their father to death, but my grandfather did a horrible job raising his boys.
So then who ends up raising them? It becomes the mom. So if that's the case, they're in the house, their mom's born, their mom is raising them.
He just did not do a good job. There were still aspects of manhood that they lacked because he didn't properly teach them those things. But the mom didn't teach them; they still lacked those things. They had to learn those things through trial and error, by going off into the military or by going off and having families of their own, and then realizing where they were making mistakes so that they can improve and be better men.
But the argument on here by most of the men, you and Bravado Network, was saying that the men need to be raising the boys. They would do a better job than a woman. But then now you're saying that they really can't do it effectively because they weren't raised effectively by other men, so that they can't raise their own sons to do that. So that's like, which one is it?
That's not what he said.
Because even if we unpack it and unpack those layers, if we go back generationally, these are generational persons. Let's go back to the root. What was the root of the lack of the masculinity? I'm not even going to say masculinity. What was the root that caused the lack in this boy raising this father's a certain way? Like two family households don't always mean that you're going to have a great situation. There are a lot of men out here who are womenizers, and to your point, abusers, because that's what they saw their fathers doing.
So then they end up being raised by a woman and another woman, and they're actually being more successful being raised by women.
I'm not saying that at all.
Tag me. Fuck this. I can't take this shit. Yo, listen. Whatever it is that they're lacking, right? The deficiencies that they have, those deficiencies are guaranteed if they don't have a father, right? So those two men allegedly, because I don't know them and I don't think they got fathers either, had bad fathers. But there's a guarantee if they don't have a father at all.
It's a guarantee that they won't be good men.
They're going to be deficient, right? They're going to be emotional, right? They may do the same things that those men alleged to have done, having bad fathers without a father, period. So that's the point.
Okay.
Tino, all right, now you all right. I just been watching wrestling, nigga. She gave you the 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? I jumped in the ring. But
anything else you want to ask me or say?
Nah, leave him alone.
Shut up.
Leave him alone, goddamn it. I love
somebody
you.
else up here.
I love both of y'all. Hey, Mr. White, who won this one?
Damn, Tino, man. You name, my boy. Like,
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
Yo. All right, man. Anybody else, or can I get to the main event?
Main event. Let's go.